The Grateful Squirrel. Once upon a time in a lush, green forest, there lived a cheerful little squirrel named Sammy. Sammy had the softest, fluffiest tail you could ever imagine, and he was known far and wide for it. One sunny morning, as Sammy was playing near his favorite oak tree, he noticed a family of birds building a nest high up in its branches. The baby birds were chirping with joy as they watched their parents work tirelessly to make their home cozy and safe. Sammy watched in awe as the birds used twigs, leaves, and bits of string to create their nest. It looked like a lot of hard work, and he couldn't help but feel grateful for his warm, cozy burrow down below. Days passed and Sammy continued to visit his bird friends. He brought them juicy berries and offered to help with their nest building, but the birds politely declined his offers. They knew that squirrels were experts at gathering twigs and leaves, but they were determined to build their nest themselves. One stormy night, as the wind howled and the rain poured down, Sammy couldn't sleep. He worried about his feathered friends up in the tree. Their nest must be getting wet and cold, he thought. Unable to stay in his burrow any longer, Sammy climbed up the tree, his fluffy tail protecting him from the rain. He reached the nest and saw that it was indeed a bit soggy. Without hesitation, Sammy used his soft tail to shield the nest from the rain. He stayed there all night, keeping the baby birds warm and dry. The next morning, the storm had passed, and the baby birds chirped their thanks to Sammy. Word of Sammy's kindness spread throughout the forest. The animals were amazed at what he had done, and they admired his big fluffy tail even more. But Sammy didn't care about the praise. He was just happy to have helped his friends. As the seasons changed, Sammy continued to visit his bird friends. They had grown stronger and their nest had become sturdier. Sammy realized that sometimes the greatest gift you can give is not something material, but your time and kindness. And so the little squirrel with the big fluffy tail learned the true meaning of gratitude and friendship. He knew that it wasn't about receiving thanks or praise, it was about being there for others when they needed you the most. From that day on, Sammy's heart was as warm as his fluffy tail, and he knew that the bonds of friendship and the joy of helping others were the greatest treasures of all. And in the heart of the forest, where kindness and gratitude were cherished above all else, Sammy the squirrel lived happily ever after, with a heart full of love for his feathered friends. The end.